enormously honoured to be here amongst the politicians, the academics, and everyone here. I was reminded of that biblical quotation, "The sins of the fathers shall be visited unto the children, unto the third and fourth generation." I'm very happy to tell you that the recipients of the scholarships today belong to the fifth generation. And the kids in the schools who are going to be taught about this magnificent, this jeweled scepter, this island in a wine dark sea, this glorious Tasmania, I'm just starting at school now as the sixth generation. The first, second, third, and fourth cannot be forgiven for what they have done. But the fifth and the sixth will fix it. Because we are going to train your children to be dreamers. The world is composed of two kinds of people: street sweepers and dreamers. The street sweepers keep everything tidy. They keep the status quo going. They tell you what you can and what you can't do. And every election time, they bring up the mantra, jobs for workers. The dreamers are untidy. They drop bits and pieces of information on the pavement of life. They go to university, they dream, they make things possible, and they ask, what if? And there hasn't been enough questioning. This island, I don't understand. I don't understand how Taswegians don't see it. I have travelled all over the world. I've travelled frequently. I got back from America 48 hours ago, where I was teaching. And I was asked, as I am asked constantly, in every language, where is the most beautiful place you've ever been? And there is a singular answer: Tasmania. This morning at 4:30, I stood at my bedroom window with John and Barbara Tooth's home up in Bracken Lane in Fern Tree Gully, and I watched the dawn coming over the city. At first, it was absolutely dark, and then there was this whitish, silvery smudge which was the dirt, and then the pallets started to build and build and build until finally the rhododendron tree next to the bedroom window blazed with pink, and I saw again the sceptred island, this beautiful place. And yet, we are allowing the graffiti of physical destruction to cut down these giant trees. Every time 700 species are threatened, that is a full stop, an end game for something that is more precious than anything on earth. It's called life. And we're adding a full stop in the narrative of the environment, and we do it carelessly and without thinking. The only people who can help us are our children. We are leaving them with dark heritage, and they're going to have to rescue us because we have done this task badly. Now, the politicians here today, I want you to legislate a new tax. Are you listening to me? It's very important. Every single person who visits this wonderful island has to pay $5 for the environment. An environmental tax of $5. It'll raise you $30 million a year to look after your environment. And it's that easy. You can do it. Oh yeah, I know you're saying, oh no, too difficult, collecting all that money, oh you can't do that. Yes you can, if you'll just be a dreamer. The world has to pay for this beauty. This world we have to stop putting dioxins into the seas. We have to, but there has to be compensation. There has to be jobs for workers. Of course, they will work in this environment. How proud would that be to know that they are sustaining something that is the single most beautiful thing on earth. If you said to somebody, would you like to contribute to the most beautiful thing on earth, and you can actually make a difference, they're going to say, oh, piss off, I'm not interested. Of course they're not. We have to make people aware. And I can't think of a human being on earth who, if he visited this beautiful island, and you said to him, sir, man, we'd like you to pay $5 against the endangered species. It's a special tax. Who'd resent it? It would probably become 10 or 50. It would be the happiest tax we ever paid. Why can't you do it? Yeah, of course. It's full of terribly difficult administration problems and all that crap. We must start dreaming. We must start taking this beautiful place, this closest island to the ice, and keep it for all of humankind. Last year I was in the Amazon and I watched the destruction of these tall trees in these beautiful places. And I can only think there must be something on earth where money doesn't count for a change, where the eyes visit the vistas of the world, where we drink in this beauty, this joy, this love. A tree that stood tall when Van Diemen sailed past. You can't put a chainsaw to that. You can't do that. None of us can. Not Taswegians. All of us, the whole world. We must understand that beauty is something that can be destroyed. That life is something that can be destroyed. Each year, 100 million sharks are killed for shark's fin soup. Now, next time you have a cold, sniff it back and taste it. That's what shark's fin soup tastes like. The Chinese government in 1977 invited me to do the first lecture of any Western person on free enterprise. And I had 39 banquets in 37 days. And unfortunately, most banquets have 30 or 40 dishes, and the guest has to taste every single one of them, otherwise nobody can partake at the banquet. I've got to tell you, shark fin soup tastes like shit. 100 million sharks are being killed every year to create a soup that makes you want to throw up. We do nothing, and we do nothing. Each one of us has the power of one. Each one of us has the power to do almost anything, to make anything happen. If we'll get off our asses and do something, and do, no matter how small it is. Bookend is about trying to stop the full stops in the narrative of nature. Bookend is about preserving the beauty and the joy and the whole business of being able to celebrate the business of being a member of humankind. We are at the top of the tree and we are chopping the branches